Little did they sleep. Oh, rad. Excellent. We're switching it up. Okay. Different group. Okay. Hagon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies, too. You perk up, just now realizing Moger had been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone had been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Haken, I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. Governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor. Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You are sure that wound has healed, Bluden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Vognir's dead. There's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died, so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Vognir's Kender, you have the same responsibilities, Hakon. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us to through the Wandering Road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering the road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them we cover the mountainside in dredge bodies. Yeah, fucking kill everything! Ah! I'm sorry. I'm not sorry! Alright, Moger, what's up? I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Moger, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl. Half of them want to hit each other. The rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Luden's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Luden's pet Varl is named Bersi. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Yrsa. She's probably the best fighter Luden's got, to be honest. I overheard some the Varl call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Haken. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. Doesn't make sense. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send the Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? Still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. No, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Haken. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. Sounds important. Tell me. Tell me! How did Vognir die? He ran into Dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't, but... Damn it. I should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Alright, bye. And then I could talk to Scrivener. You knew him well, didn't you? Vognir? No. Ah, well. I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but never knew him. Not the chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use some help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogur's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers in Grofheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumir is close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although... The Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery bairn for Jornder now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence? Don't get fancy on my behalf, Haken. Okay, I won't. What are you always putting down in that journal anyway? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Arborang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes. The Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ha! You relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. What do you suppose happened to the sun, then? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Var on the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! Alright, peace. Okay, I think we just peace out. I don't think there's really anything else to do. Yeah, nobody can level or anything, so let's just get the fuck out of here. More dredge, let's fight. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. Let's fucking deal with these dredge. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. Yes, I have a lot of chips. I think we're ready. Okay. Oh, fuck. That's a lot of dredge. Okay. They're all the same. What's this? Okay. Ooh, fuck this guy up entirely. Damn. Don't... Okay. Look at Mogur's Bring the Pain. Okay. Okay, so this is Mogir, and he has Bring the... Oh. Bring the Pain, breaks an enemy's armor, and punishes enemies for retaliating. Sure, we'll see what happens. So -2 armor. Oh god, this guy's so good. Okay. Alright. Alright. This isn't so bad. I thought this was gonna go a lot worse. But I guess the Varl are really badass. He shreds the armor of those that attack him. That's real good. Don't at me, motherfucker. Okay, I can do 7 on that guy. I'll go here, I think. Don't hit me, motherfucker. Oh, God. He's so good. God damn. Don't hit me. Okay. Wait, Sundering Impact? What does that do? Ooh. That guy's dead. No, don't hit me. Ow. That guy's dead. And then I guess... Yeah, fuck this guy up. God, I love him. I did so good this time. I'm so good. Gunnulf, you're the best. If he ever dies, I'm gonna cry. Sundering impact ups damage a bit, damages armor and every enemy around the target. Okay. Haken! You can hear Luden's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak? As equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way, am I right? You're not wrong. Then listen carefully. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim. The banner of Arborang I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more. Whatever you like, Prince. I expected more resistance. From Vognir, maybe. They tell me you were his kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Varl thing. Don't you take on his responsibilities? That doesn't mean I care what happens to you. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Luden looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. Hi Evergreen, how are you? You got some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star? Upgrading to 3 exertion lets you add up to 3 damage to every attack or move 3 spaces further. Okay. Lady! Let's talk to the badass lady. Yrsa, right? She watches you as you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb toward Luden's tent. No. Here for you. Thanks, Thermost. Oh, nice name. You did it. You did it. Good job. I almost didn't see that. Oh? Can we talk? Yrsa shakes her head no. A smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those 2 curiously contradictory words, you get 2 impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice. And this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. You don't talk. No. You do, though. I don't. She smiles warmly, clearly enjoying her game. She watches you expectantly. You're Luden's bodyguard? No. He's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Luden? Luck. She watches you expectantly. It's about the flaming arrows. She raises an eyebrow. Varl and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them... She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly, a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground, smoldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. She watches you expectantly. Well, that was great. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Yrsa. Haken. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch. So be careful. She puts a forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Weird. Alright, and then I have to talk to this guy. You have a moment? As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as a book-reading type. You're Bercy. You're Haken. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Varl doing working for Ludin? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Ludin killed. He's important to you? No. But that's one way to put it. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends on what you mean. Quantum Fear, welcome back for 9 months in a row. And yes, Andrew's sick, so Burning Wheel is like on hiatus until they get better. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself, and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you. By fighting. You know what I mean? I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah? Not anymore? I've had a lot of jobs. Okay, bye! Oh, see you on the battlefield. You can join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of a threat behind that gravelly request. Alright, so I think we have some things some heroes we can upgrade. Yeah, we can promote a couple of these people. And give the Shield Master some more shield break, I think. Definitely promote him. I love him so much. Let's give him the ability to add that to his attacks. And yeah, let's just let him do some more damage. Promote Eric. He can have more shield break and more health. Siege Archer. Neato bandito. Such handsome boys. Okay. Morale's great, so let's just get the fuck out of here. You overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slags as much as the next Varl, but I didn't join up to take orders from Haken, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. I'm gonna make my presence known but walk on like, yeah, I hear you, motherfucker. Not sure Vognir would have been happy to hear that, you growl loudly. The Varl flinches as you walk past without looking his direction. In the distance, you can hear his friend laughing at his misfortune. A small gathering of tents come into view. A group of merchants, from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped at the Godstone ahead, leaving an offering to Dangler, as one does. Dredge start appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed. Thought the Godstone be safe, but damned if I know why. We've been dodging them since we left. The way to Strand is clear. Do you have anything to trade? Not much. Anything of value we left at the Godstone. I'd never seen this many Varl in one place before. You have to deal with those dredge. We could part with some supplies if you need them. I'll take them. I'll give them freely. clearing the road is more than we could ask. I have one request though. My wife's brother stayed at the Godstone. You'll know him by a necklace with many gold rings. If you see him, say we're safely in Strand. Yay, more supplies! Always more supplies. Always, forever, more supplies. The caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line and then to Moger, who tells you, Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Vedderfell and did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we'd plotted into them, but we saw them first. Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When's the last time you commanded a few hundred, Haken? Says Moger. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. When you come across more enemies than your party can handle, you'll engage in war. Give your army orders fit to the situation, but be prepared to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you'll end up with higher casualties, or you can take the burden on yourself with a harder battle but save more lives. Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There seem to be at least 498 of them. You have 185 fighters and 466 Varl. From here, you can see nervous glances amidst the enemy ranks. This looks like a good chance to press your advantage. Charge! You consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering down the enemy. It will throw you into the thick of battle where fighting is most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. Formations. You start comparing weaknesses and strengths, take into account terrain, morale, and the look of your enemy. If you're careful, you should be able to keep your forces balanced. Okay, so that's what that is. Hold them off. You make a wall and skirt the battlefield, buying enough time for you to help the weak and wounded make their escape. No, we don't need to do that. I think formations. Yeah, that... Oh, Bercy. We'll fight with these people first. Okay, so these big motherfuckers. War? Ow! Fudge. I don't do a lot of damage to shields with this guy. Ew. Okay. No. Fuck. That was real early. God damn. One is strong, the other is armored. Be careful. What's this? Trap an area laying down coals, which do 1 strength damage. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a one hit, but that was like, he's rough. Real rough. Okay. Okay, so I will fuck up this guy. What's impale do? Causes knockback and target bleeds when moving. Ew. Shit. Hi, Liam. You want to beat up strong boys first, then tangle with everyone else? Hi, Tom. Ow. Ow. Okay, fuck. Oh, rip. I did that. Shit. Fuck, I'm not doing well on this one at all. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, I might lose this fight. I lost so many people. This was not a good fight. I did not do a good job. But at least I didn't lose. I think they might have made it easier for me. You take a moment to survey the battlefield. The enemy is being pushed back all the way down the line. You can take this opportunity to pull back and leave combat immediately. On the other hand, chasing down more dredge would rally your fighters and save a few lives. You won't have time to rest or change your party, but a chance to loot your enemies might even reveal items they took from previous victims. So if I keep going, will my other fighters get up and be injured, or will they stay down? I know. A lot of people died. They won't get back up? Okay, well then I'll pull back. We lost 9 fighters and 25 rural. That wasn't the most rad.